Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Tuesday the 5th of March. Cabinet ministers are reacting to Chris Luxon missing meetings with foreign leaders due to mechanical faults with his Defence Force plane. The Prime Minister was due to fly to Melbourne this morning for the ASEAN Australia Summit, but has been forced to take a last-minute commercial flight instead. Defence Minister Judith Collins says it's embarrassing.
Having said that, I know the Defence Force does an enormously good job with very, very old kit. Essentially, you're talking about classic cars.
Finance Minister Nicola Willis says Luxon's happy to fly Air New Zealand.
I don't think we look like a backwater country, but I do think that it's important that we look to the future and think about what are the assets our Defence Force needs to do its job well.
Meanwhile, Luxon's jetted off without his media pack, who have been left waiting for a broken Defence Force plane to be fixed. Demelza Jackson has been waiting in Wellington with media for hours.
The day of rushing from hotel to hotel in sunny Australia for high-profile meetings hasn't come to fruition for us. Instead, political reporters have been left lounging around an airbase, staring out at an unmoving plane while Defence Force staff work on it. There was a bit of a morale boost with a visit from a staff member's dogs, but there will be no tails wagging here until we find out whether we can hit the skies.
The Greens say the government's draft, a $21 billion transport plan, is backwards and extreme. Transport spokesperson Julianne Genter says it looks like they're completely gutting walking and cycling.
Buried in the detail, it says that big roading projects cannot use their funding for walking and cycling improvements, which is a huge departure from even the last national government.
Mortgage arrears have risen to the highest level recorded since pre-COVID. The latest Centrix data shows almost 1.5% of mortgages are behind on repayments. Chief Operating Officer Monica Lacey says we've definitely come out of the artificially inflated period with low interest rates, government subsidies and soft credit policies. She says there's now been a correction.
Nothing catastrophic, but certainly trending upwards. So the thing to keep an eye on this year will just be, how much higher does it go?
Screen time could be getting in the way of toddlers' language development. New research supports the concept of technoference, where screens limit talking and interacting of young children in their homes. Toddlers hear fewer words, make fewer vocalisations and have fewer conversations for every minute of screen time. Lead author Adelaide University's Dr. Mary Brush says the concern is the average 3-year-old has just under 3 hours of screen time a day.
This means they could be missing out on as many as 1,139 adult words, 843 vocalisations and 194 conversations over an average day.
Donald Trump's presidential campaign has received a huge boost after a major Supreme Court ruling. The court has shot down Colorado's attempt to disqualify him from the Republican primary ballot. To sport, Australian women's football captain Sam Kerr is to face trial in England, accused of the racially aggravated harassment of a police officer. Third-placed Arsenal's demolished last-place Sheffield United 6-0 in the English Premier League on the back of a 5-goal first-half Bramall Lane blitz. Back-to-back podium finishes have seen New Zealand's Lawrence Pithy take the leader's yellow jersey on cycling's Paris-Nice World Tour event. The Cantabrian's second placing in the 177-kilometre second stage follows his third placing on stage 1. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.